Hello everybody and welcome back to our second series of the day. Here we've got EHOME against CDEC. Let's head over straight into the draft and get into the game as quickly as we can because the draft is already underway. We're a little bit behind here, and welcome in Slash, my co-commentator. What's going on?
Not too much. I think the admin got my point.
Don't start without us again, please. But we've got Dota TV audio now. It's all turned on. Everything's fine. We're in the lobby, and it's all looking pretty good. EHOME start off their draft, banning out Vengeful Spirit, Storm, and Shadow Shaman, while CDEC taking out the Batrider Troll Tidehunter. Lion and SF picked up as the first 1-2 by EHOME, while CDEC going for the Chen and Queen of Pain. So, you know, popular hero pairings on both sides. It's kind of weird seeing Shadow Fiend without Avenge, though.
Yeah, it's unusual. I mean, it's just for the last couple of days, we've always seen him paired up with the VS, and to great success, I might add. At the same time, once again, Wisp being completely ignored so far. I mean, there is the possibility of one of the teams picking him up, but it doesn't look to be that way yet. And EHOME, once again, they have their pubstar, their homegrown player, standing in for them. So it really seems like Lanham was just helping out while they were looking for a fifth player.
Okay. I have some tea now. I borrowed some of Toby's tea.
Of course you did.
Well, I've
it
got
doesn't sound suspicious at all.
I've got tea at home. I just forgot to bring it in, and Toby, you know, he's got some tea bags on his desk. I thought, some green tea with orange and ginger. Well, he's not going to miss that. He's in Romania casting CS:GO, and I feel like a little bit of tea. I'll repay him if he ever realizes. I guess.
You know, somebody has to take care of the tea. You know.
It's, you've got to guard the tea.
It's just good manners overall.
You can't let it go to waste. Well, CDEC picking up a Broodmother there. I want to say the last time we saw... was it CDEC that was playing it, where they went for the Dagon build? I can't remember if you were casting that with me or Scant was.
I don't know, but it seems to be a rather popular thing in China overall. Broodmother has been constantly banned, like third or fourth, as in second banning phase, so third and fourth ban. We've seen it quite a lot, but against EHOME supports, she is a very, very good pick. So EHOME, they have to think twice now. Axe is being banned out, very nicely done by CDEC Gaming. So Axe as well as Titan are two of the heroes that can actually lane rather decently on the side, and against Broodmother being removed from the pool. So EHOME have to really think about it. Bristle, yeah, it's a possibility. But both of the supports, though, it's maybe EHOME will be forced to go aggro try at some point. I mean, Juggernaut's still in the pool, and that might be a potent try lane. Although Lion is rather lackluster, but Isa says Darkseer. Oh no, wait, why am I saying Isa?
It's not VG, it's EHOME.
It's not VG anymore. No, it's RTK's Darkseer, which I haven't seen in a long time. But EHOME overall, though, also their style is rather diverse. Why the hell did I think that VG was playing for some reason? I don't know. Just seemed like a thing that VG might do. But Darkseer does lane rather nicely against Broodmother overall. I haven't seen this matchup in such a long time that I can't really judge which of them will get the upper hand.
Okay, we'll see how things go. Slug is the final ban there from CDEC, taking out EHOME's options for the safe lane carry. So what are we looking at here? Darkseer off lane. Well, Darkseer is going to be the hero that wants to try and 1v1 the Broodmother, I'd say. You know, you buy Stout Shield, go into Soul Ring, and just spam out Iron Shell as often as you can. Then, like you said, does that push EHOME into an aggro tri-lane with Lion and AA? Because in that case, you kind of want a third ranged hero and maybe someone with a stun. Do you want a Luna? Do you want a Mirana? What do you go for? I guess a melee hero with a stun wouldn't be too bad either. Just couple it up with Cold Feet and Earth Spike.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I mean, as I said, Juggernaut's one of the better heroes. I think Luna is rather lackluster. If you go aggro try, she really falls back in terms of levels, and it might not go that well. But who else could they still pick? Mirana, I mean, I would like to see her being played once again in the core role. I mean, I haven't seen her in a really, really long time. Only being done occasionally, and if she's picked at all, she's mostly played as a roaming hero. Yeah. Darkseer, what else can you combo Darkseer with, really? I mean, they have Lion Impale, a Ice Blast, Shadow Fiend Requiem. Maybe another hero that combos nicely, or something that could really benefit from Surge plus Iron Shell. Something like an Ember Spirit, actually.
I was thinking Ember as well, because AA, you know, we see the AA-Ember combination quite a lot. You've got the you've got the global killing potential there of just Flame Guard and Ice Blast. but we used to see this quite a lot from CIS teams, where you had the Flame Guard, the Ion Shell, and then you had like Treant Living Armor, plus the Ice Blast, and Ember Spirit just became this freaking lawnmower. You know, you're just charging through people, the freaking Ion Shell doing damage left and right, the Flame Guard burning through everybody, and then Ice Blast hits you at the very last second with a sleight of fist, and you realize, hang on a second, this is a hero we can't really deal with when he's got all these buff ups.
It's also a hero that ZYF plays quite a lot, so that's why I thought Ember might be a really good pick here. I mean, I really seem to recall that when VG was playing at the Summit, they at one point just put Super's Ember Spirit against Broodmother with one support, and they won the lane rather convincingly as well. And so Ember, I think, is really a good option here. And then they would not be forced to put Darkseer safe lane. They could also run him off lane and have Ember safe lane.
Do we have a name for this second player of EHOME yet? Does he have a name that I can use? Do we have
I'm currently thinking of something. Well, you could call him...
I
can't really think of like a proper translation that is not too far-fetched.
I'm gonna have to like resort to calling him Bob or something. There is one guy in chat.
Yeah.
Bob. There's one guy in chat saying that it is Lanem, but
I don't think it is really. I doubt it is. I mean, there was another guy yesterday who said that he is a pop star, right? I personally, I don't really recognize him. I don't know. He might be a popular streamer in China, but
there's someone that said that he came from the same TV show or whatever as James from VGP. CDEC with a nice...
You could call him. I suppose you can call him Wind just for the time being.
Okay, that's an easy one. Ember Spirit is the way to go. I like it.
Yeah, it makes the most sense. Overall, I think EHOME had a rather well-rounded draft. CDEC's lineup is a bit unusual since their late game is pretty crap, let's be honest here. I mean, they really have to win the laning stage rather convincingly if they want to get something done. Chen has to do a lot of work. Broodmother mustn't fall behind, really. Nightstalker, same story. And Shiki is playing Nightstalker sort of mid as it seems aggressive on the safe lane Queen of Pain then, since you don't really want to have a melee core laning against the Darkseer.
So this early game laning phase definitely comes down to who gets the upper hand and who sort of out-mind games the other. Because Broodmother's positioning is key to CDEC dominating laning phase, but it's also key to messing up EHOME's lanes. If EHOME could get the upper hand and, you know, guess or outplay the Broodmother in their actual laning setup, I think EHOME have a pretty good chance here.
I think overall CDEC, if they do not have an overwhelming advantage by minute 15, EHOME are going to win. It's just the nature of the lineup. I mean, just look at it. If they don't get ahead, how are they ever going to be able to push high ground with Nightstalker, Queen of Pain, Broodmother? I don't see it happening. So they have to get ahead really early, and they also have to have a substantial lead. And if they somehow throw it in a fight, the rubber band effect can kick in, and everything goes to shit.
EHOME, they've definitely got a decent high ground defensive lineup as well. You know, Vacuum Wall, Sleight of Fist from the Ember Spirit, Requiem, Ice Blast. They've got so many spells at their disposal. CDEC need to win lanes and then win team fights around towers to actually, you know, dominate EHOME here. Shiki, a little bit far forward, but he's quick on his feet. Aggressive is going to get one right click down onto ZYF before backing himself up. And we've seen Wind playing AA quite a lot. I think that's his hero. Is there any way we can look back on the heroes he's played over the past couple of days?
I think he played a lot of Lion as well.
AA and Lion, yeah.
Yeah.
He's going down to low ground here. He's walking into CDEC.
That's dangerous.
It is a little bit dangerous. They don't have an AoE stun, though. Like, CDEC's level 1 is god-awful. It is actually the worst. They've got no Fissure, they've got no AoE stuns, they've got nothing.
That's a bit... Let's see... Oh, wow. CDEC, really? They don't have sentries on the Chen. So it looks like they have to dodge. They have to put him in the opposing jungle, as it seems, and then have safe lane Broodmother instead.
So that one move there... From EHOME. Actually, they're putting Ember in AA bot? Interesting. So I guess they're putting RTK up against this tri-lane, but... let's see how this works out, because I was sure that move there would secure them. Okay, then they're going to put Broodmother bot, because they can't have the Chen here. So we put the Darkseer against the Broodmother. And I thought that would secure them the laning phase, as RTK... yeah, that's going to be annoying for Q. He's already had his jungle sentried up. Does he actually die here? RTK keeps on going for it. The grave. Not going to finish him off. And now RTK might be in a little bit of trouble here. Is aggressive. Turns back around and fights up against DDC, who has an Ion Shell on himself.
Q can basically go to base right now. I mean, DDC is just going to prevent him from entering his jungle the whole time.
Well, at bottom lane, XZ has no last hits so far, while the Ember Spirit is 3 for 2. So this dual lane is doing okay for now, but sentries, none. No vision over this Brood.
None yet. I mean, Wind still has some gold saved up. I mean, at some point, I think if Brood hits level 3 and then gets Soul Ring, then you're going to need sentries eventually.
Well, there come the first of the Spiderlings. For those of you just joining us, this is Game 1 between EHOME and CDEC in the D2CL Chinese group stages. Inflame playing the Shadow Fiend mid up against Shiki's Nightstalker top lane. Garda, Dazzle, and Aggressive on the Queen of Pain against RTK, Darkseer, a hero we haven't seen in quite some time. DDC, Lion, Wind on the AA, and Ember Spirit played by ZYF up against XZ's Broodmother down on bot lane, while Q, he's not having the best of times and he's going to walk straight into Lion. They're not going to get the stun straight off. Chilling Touch will get...
They have boots on Lion. I'm a bit surprised they didn't try to go for it. Chen had no boots. I think they really could have gotten the kill. But yeah, Smoke a bit wasted, I suppose, but DDC rather fortunately getting an Invision right afterwards and maybe looking towards mid lane.
If he had gone, you know, that career running around near the tier 1, that could have been an important target to bring down. Broodmother hiding in the trees, waiting in the web. Doesn't want to show herself just yet.
Shiki, though, I mean, he's doing a good job in the early stage of the game. Inflame, his bottle is only coming out right now, so Shiki's going to have a bit of an advantage so far. And SF still can die rather easily once it hits nighttime.
Yeah, even before then, you know, you're looking at 2 voids and a couple of right clicks. Inflame could die with an aggressive play from Nightstalker right there.
Yeah.
DDC with that invis. Garda was smoked up behind the Brood. This is something we've seen more and more often. Dazzle and Broodmother, you've got the Spiderlings to do physical damage like that and maybe take down the AA. Is this going to be first blood? XZ, he's got Sport Spiderlings. He finishes off the AA. That's a really well played and well timed move from CDEC.
Yeah. It's just once again proving how powerful Broodmother is against those 2 supports. And Wind probably just underestimating. Whoa, Courier.
Ho. Ground Courier, not flying yet. They don't have the gold for it. Well, Lion does. I guess he'll be looking to upgrade it soon. EHOME. ZYF pops a level 2 Flame Guard. I don't know why. I just see the Chinese characters and I'm like, no, I can't pronounce it. I know who he is though. It's ZYF.
Yeah. But Chen, once again, Inflame finds him actually. I mean, why isn't Inflame trying to kill him again? He's got level 3 raises.
What? Did he see him? Like, did he 100% see him?
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I'm not too sure either. He turns back around to Shiki, takes a couple of raises to the face, but there's a
Is that the point where Shiki gets a regen rune on top lane?
No, if he gets a haste here, or a DD, it's a bounty. That's unfortunate. There's a regen down a bot lane, which the Ember Spirit takes up into his bottle. But you could see that if it was, like, you know, a haste or a DD or something like that, Inflame could potentially die.
Yeah. Well, he's currently guessing and doing a rather good job. They're burning on 3 Spiderlings and even going for a bit of harassment to Garda. Garda does have Shadow Grave though.
ZYF, from 100 to 0 in 1 Shadow Wave. The Spiderlings amplifying or, well, increasing the damage from that Shadow Wave pretty massively.
Good lord. Yeah, I think Ember was not expecting that. He's only got 2 base armor as well and feeding another kill over to the Brood lane. Brood doing work so far.
Up at top, RTK aggressive onto aggressive. He's not going to get much done when the Queen of Pain can just blink herself out. But yeah, this Broodmother Dazzle combination, it's something that was, you know, theorized a couple of years ago, with Demon and Dazzle being really hot picks, and Broodmother being, you know, quite popular in her own right, but they were never together. It was always Broodmother off lane, and then Shadow Demon Dazzle safe lane with a Mirana or an actual core that could do something. But if you put one or more of those heroes together, mainly the Dazzle, you just get so much physical damage.
Lane. Hex onto aggressive. Can they get into range for the... Oh, they have actually skilled up Sleight of Fist, but it's only a level 1 Searing Chains. And that's not going to be enough to kill the Queen of Pain. So another rotation there. Ember rotating towards top lane. Thinking he can't lane anymore, but who do you send against Brood then?
It has to be the Darkseer. It has to be that original plan. Inflame mid. He knows the stun's gone. I thought he was TPing out, but the TP's coming in. He had a TP there.
Yeah. Maybe he's still thinking that he can get a counter kill, but Just not enough in the end. And RTK, is there silence on Shiki? Yep, he just skilled it up. But they probably don't have enough damage to kill him.
With a Sonic Wave, they definitely do. The TP's cancelled there, and EHOME are getting dismantled here. Lane by lane. Broodmother lane starts winning. Night Stalker lane starts winning. Queen of Pain lane starts winning. EHOME have to shuffle everything up. They're going to try and move heroes around to find the more advantageous matchups. Or I guess the less disadvantageous matchups.
Gonna die. Inflame's gonna die bot lane. I mean, there's a DD, Night Stalker. Goodbye.
2 hits and he's gone.
Well, ownage does come up from our announcer, and it is indeed currently CDEC owning. But I think it's not even that CDEC played it that well. It's more like EHOME just faltered so badly. I mean, AA getting, if you die once on the Brood lane with a support, then Brood instantly gets Soul Ring plus boots, for example, and then starts wrecking face. Yeah, and then she's not gonna be far away. You don't actually need boots on Broodmother.
No?
You can play her bootsless, and Night Stalker as well getting 1 kill, and then Ember dying rather unnecessarily on bot lane. Yeah, not looking too good. But then again, as we mentioned, CDEC, they have to be stomping right now. If they're not winning right now, then they might as well just call the game. So it's correct. I mean, the way the game is going, exactly as expected. Maybe not as hard as EHOME wanted it to be.
Well, Inflame always has that comeback available to him. He's got a couple of stat camps. Well, he's got 1 stat camp over in the jungle. Shiki! He sees the Shadow Fiend. He's like, well, it's night time. I'm going to run straight at you. I know you're a target. I've got Face Boots, Bracer. I'm not really fearing anything, especially with a Dazzle behind me.
Yeah. Dazzle really has been making the plays. I mean, it's holding the skill point and preventing first blood, killing the Ember on bot lane by baiting him in. He's had a good game, definitely. And XZ, that's a completed Midas already. So
yeah.
Even though he doesn't exactly have access to his own jungle, he can still pressure the lane rather nicely and is constantly staying in the trees. So people can take note of the web placements of Broodmother.
Yeah, this is one of the more unusual lanes for Brood to be in, because she can't take control of the enemy jungle. You know, usually she's off lane for that reason. You dominate the lane, then you move into the jungle and you take control of that. Make sure that heroes like Shadow Fiend and Ember Spirit don't have a route back in gold-wise. They can't go and farm up and flash farm jungle camps. But up here, you know, maybe she has a route into the Roche pit where she can contest Roshan or, you know, help out to scout out if EHOME want to try and move in there. If CDEC go for that with a Chen and Night Stalker. RTK! This isn't fun, is it? Broodmother, Dazzle, and Chen down in the spot lane. All these spiderlings. Okay, the Iron Shell gets placed on them.
Oh,
now it's fun. Now it's fun.
That was just an influx of 150 gold all of a sudden.
I mean,
but towers should still fall now. There's
like,
very little you can do.
The micro there from the Broodmother couldn't really be any better. Yeah. He did actually manage to split the Iron Shell Brood spiderling away from the pack.
Coming in.
It was a pretty good job. Sleight of Fist, very well placed down onto Q and Garda. The Chen and Dazzle probably going to get caught out here as Chen sends Dazzle
back. Yeah.
All the way back to base. So it's only going to be one. Oh.
He's got Soul Ring up as well. Should be able to kill the AA, I think.
If he had a web, like in that area, I'd say he goes for it. But because
he's got web charges, I mean.
But because the web is behind the tower, I don't think it's really. It's too risky. Too risky.
Yeah. After all, she's rather farmed at level 8, so you don't want to give up any unnecessary XP towards the enemy. Another Midas usage and it's close to hitting level 9.
Now, his
CDEC?
next item is going to be the one that I'm looking out for.
Mm.
Dagon, Necro, Orchid, BKB. Because, you know, in Europe, we sometimes see the Orchid, but mainly it's the Necro, BKB, Butterfly. You go split push, then you go into team fight. Because you don't want to be left out to dry as this hero that can only do one thing.
Yeah, I think if he, with this massive start that he is having though, it's might be a good idea to, dear that micro, not working out. RTK is having such a fun time. Just putting, if he catches wind of one of the spiderlings, and it's so difficult for a Brute to split the spiderlings up in time.
Yeah.
It just die too quickly.
That's because Iron Shell doesn't do damage per second. It does damage every third of a second or something like that. No,
I think it's 0.1 second intervals.
Is
actually.
it 0.1 now?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
It's really, really fast.
Yeah, it's got the tiny little intervals. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and there was an attempted smoking there onto the Night Stalker, but he's already rotated towards mid lane and waiting until next nighttime to set up another kill. RTK meanwhile bot lane still continuing to farm.
Slow down. He's got the surge, not the purge. So he shouldn't be under too much pressure here.
Yeah, Brute going for Orchid this game, like normally I'm not a big fan of it, but I think this game is really, really good because they are far ahead. It just essentially prevents so many heroes from laning against him one-on-one because he can even kill the Darkseer if he gets an Orchid off.
Yeah, Darkseer is great against Ember Spirit, gives you solo kill on the line and AA.
Yeah.
What hero on EHOME could actually survive against it? The dive up on top.
Wind.
Oh boy. AA, it's not your day. They've tried to give him a little bit of solo farm and experience up on top. He's just hit level 5, so he's well on his way to level 6, but progressing in this game is hard, regardless of what hero you are for EHOME. Shadow Fiend, let's have a look at net worth right now. 5,100 up on the Brood. The next hero, Night Stalker, Queen of Pain. You've got 3 of your core heroes in the top 3. While the Shadow Fiend is 4.3, just behind the Queen of Pain. Ember Spirit has a long old way to go.
Yeah. Currently popping in Invis room there and chasing Garda, but for some reason Garda seems to know what's up. Oh, okay, no he doesn't.
Flame Guard, Ion Shell. Yeah, this is painful. He's got Grave and he's got TP, but Searing Chains being held there for as long as possible. Okay, they haven't got the kill yet. The Vacuum back will finish off Garda, but RGK giving up his life for this. One more right click from Aggressive, from Shiki, from anyone will finish him off. Ember though, that was cutting it close. Remnanting back on like 15 HP.
That was incredible because meanwhile CDEC also taking advantage of the fact that EHOME were focusing their attention on bot lane and Chen managed to solo push down the safe lane tier 1 tower. EHOME looking to return the favor there on mid lane and looks like it's going to be uncontested.
Well, they're taking a tier 2 as the trade. They're taking a lot of map control. Chen, Q, you know he had a rough game early on. Something incoming on the courier. He's halfway towards his mech. That's a Midas Quap.
Well, I haven't seen that ever, I think.
She could have... Actually, could she have Orchid by now?
She sold it, right? She sold it again, didn't she?
And now she
okay,
bought it
now
again.
She bought it again.
Do I want it?
Okay.
Do I... Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought she had a shit ton more gold. I didn't realize she had bought it and then sold it. I thought it was like on the... I don't know. On the courier or something.
Yeah. Midas Quab, I think that's the first time I've ever seen it happening. It's something, I mean, she... Probably just securing the late, but the thing is, if you go late game and it's even, it doesn't really matter. You're gonna lose either way. So, not quite sure if I agree with the Midas purchase. I think it's good on Brood, but on Quap, it's your main fighting hero gone along with Night Stalker really. So I thought they should get other items to actually boost up their fighting potential instead of their economy.
Maybe they're thinking along the same lines as you. You know. They're going to hit their peak at like 35 minutes, and that's when they're going to be looking to close out the game and really shut EHOME out. With a Midas, you can push that a little bit further. Push that to 40, 45 minutes, allow Queen of Pain to get up into Hex, get into some DPS items as well. While Night Stalker is, you know, he's the one that's going to be running around doing all the legwork. He's the grunt here. He's going to be there with the Chen, pushing into towers, while the Queen of Pain bursts people down with Sonic Wave and Scream. Broodmother's off doing his own little thing with his Orchid and little Spiderling army.
Yeah. A bit of miscommunication coming out from the EHOME's heroes as well. Inflame trying to go for the mech, but RTK is already finished his, so the buckler is going to waste on Inflame.
Oh dear. Not too often you see that. Smoke is revealed. XZ not dusted up. Oh, that was close, but not close enough. They'll get the Spiderling army, and they'll push him out of the jungle. Wait, wait, what? What?
Yeah, did you see where he was standing?
I can see where he died, but why?
No particular reason, really. I think EHOME, they're tilting. They're on full tilt.
The last time I saw Shadowfeed.
Oh god, he gets caught. Bye-bye.
ZYF silenced up.
Does he have a remnant up? He has a remnant up. Wow, that was close. Popping the jump charges. His TP got cancelled by the Void from Night Stalker.
I saw Shadowfiend standing mid, and the rest of his team are going into the jungle. I don't know. Not too sure there. Remnants jumping forward. Ice Blast not going to land onto anyone, as ZYF doesn't land the Searing Chains either.
At least they clean up the Chen army. Well, not quite.
Garda? They want to go in here. Night Stalker's diving behind tier 1 towers. Inflame TP's in. ZYF dropping low. But tier 1 probably going to fall here. Denial attempt most likely going to come out from EHOME. As the tower drops to 78 HP.
Good mech there by RTK. I think if they wouldn't have the mech, then they might have lost the fight and CDEC would have kept going. But map control once again being lost by EHOME, and it's currently minute 16, and I suppose you could say that CDEC have a rather big lead, although it's not. Well, it's not to the point of point of no return really.
Yeah, with rubber banding and the comeback mechanic, you're still dealing with Ember Spirit, who's a very good high ground defensive hero. Lion and AA can find pickoffs regardless, really, on a Dazzle or Chen. Hit an Ice Blast, land a Finger of Death, and you almost guarantee yourself a kill, even on someone like the Queen of Pain. Speaking of Queen of Pain, they're going to do just that. Without the Ice Blast, though, Finger of Death and some good chain stunning there from DDC.
Well, I'm not sure if the Midas is really going to be paying off in the long run. It looks like he's going to go for Agnum Scepter next, but how do you break high ground? That's the biggest question. Broodmother's already done her job, really. I mean, she's won her lane rather convincingly. She's pushed on 2 towers. They could think of rotating her towards the off lane now and try to take over the enemy jungle at some point.
Yeah.
But Inflame, he has a Yule Scepter, so he shouldn't die to the Orchid.
Yeah, move Broodmother up to top, and that allows the rest of the team. Oh. Inflame, did he actually just self-Orchid there? XZ wants to go back in. Sorry, self-Yules, not self-Orchid. My brain.
He was forced to pop the Requiem though. If he doesn't pop Requiem, Root can just stay on him and kill him. The preventive measures with Garter. And he still has Shallow Grave up as well, so it's only a little bit of harassment coming up from ZYF.
Just trying to assert his dominance a little bit. He knows that if he plays too passively, he's going to have heroes on him constantly. You know, Shiki on this Night Stalker is going to be really sticking it to him.
Inflame's catching up in terms of farm though. Now currently second in terms of net worth. With the Yule Scepter, you can use his raises rather liberally. And CDEC, they have to, I mean, how do you break base? It's just the biggest question right now. They have to itemize for it. I think the Necrobooks would be a good choice in my opinion, instead of the Agnum Scepter on Queen of Pain. They could use a Vlad, they could use an AC, and then start to break high ground. Because if they just, they can, of course, they can solidify their lead, but I don't know if it's going to be enough in the end. Going high ground against Darkseer and Ember Spirit is nightmare in itself.
Well, that's the thing. They've got mech up on the Chen. So as long as he can pop the mech before the Ice Blast hits, or, depending on whether they think they can survive through the Ice Blast with the pipe that Guard is building, they definitely are itemizing, like you say, to break high ground. Pipe and mech, maybe a Vlad's next on the Chen. Has he picked up anything new? No? I don't know if Aghanims is his item. It takes too long to build. And when you're looking at one of the biggest peaks now for CDEC, arriving in the next couple of minutes with Night Stalker BKB nearly completed, Queen of Pain, Aghanims is 1,000 gold away. 21, 22 minutes is one of the peaks for CDEC when you're like, okay, let's take the remaining tier 2 towers, let's try and take out Roshan, and win a big team fight outside EHOME's base so we can do some damage to tier 3s.
Yeah. Well, they first really need their aura items. I mean, Aghanims on Queen of Pain and BKB on Night Stalker and Nice and everything, that's not enough to break high ground. You need to be able to deal some damage to the base, really. I really think XZ should have rotated towards top lane some time ago and tried to break down the safe lane and then try to take over farm from EHOME's jungle.
Well, he's slowly but surely chipping away at the tier 3, and he's always forcing heroes back. So there's EHOME don't have this opportunity to go 5-man smoke into the jungle or try and find a kill on Night Stalker or Queen of Pain. Actually, I don't think they ever have the opportunity to kill Night Stalker, because they will need all 5 to take him down.
Yeah, he's way too tanky so far, and now he has got BKB. It's close to impossible to take him down anyway. Quap is still the primary target, I think, and they might be also, I think they smoke and play it well, they might be able to kill the Brute as well. Do they have Blink Online? No, they don't. It's rather far away. I think if they have Blink Online, they might be able to find the Brute the whole time. So far, I mean, EHOME, they know they're on the back foot. The only thing they need to do is just play patiently and hope that CDEC slip up at some point.
Ember Spirit is getting closer and closer to that Battle Fury, though. He's about 1,700 gold off it now. But what is this? Smoke up through past the Ancients. Broodmother scouting out initially. Night Stalker with a DD, Invis, and BKB in flame. Oh man, you've got the Yules. You're gonna have to use it. Sends Night Stalker up in the S, dispels the DD as XZ gets zapped down by the Finger of Death. RTK is the first to fall as the Hand of God and mech from Chen, keeping everyone on the Radiant pretty damn healthy. EHOME. Yeah, I did it again. ZYF. I don't know why. I see his name and my brain says EHOME. And then my brain goes to my mouth and it just comes out as EHOME. But ZYF looked a little bit scared there, so he just backed himself up. But there we go. They get the BKB up in the Night Stalker. They run at people. They take a tier 2. Do they do the same thing on top? Do they try and pressure into tier 3 at bot or mid?
I think they might be looking at Roshan first. I mean, it's currently, they took down the 2 most important towers for the dire side to contest Roshan. And right now, they know the Darkseer wall is down, so they might be able to do it. And AI's plus is going to be a bit obnoxious though, it's pretty annoying. But still, EHOME are now in position to contest. And a good fight over by CDEC, Dazzle once again being the hero, saving the Broodmother with the Grave. So Ember really couldn't finish her off.
Yeah, Brood got taken down almost instantly there. The Lion definitely put his focus down onto the little spider, but it wasn't to be. XZ returns to this bot lane, 2600 gold in the bank. Next up for him, I'm not too sure where you go with this. He has been joining team fights, so maybe a BKB is on the cards.
The Invis rune from Shiki, and that's a dead line. Even popping the BKB. Oh, RTK just coming in the nick of time with mech as well as a surge. Wonderful play there by the former captain of VG Gaming and saving his teammate.
Forcing out the BKB from Night Stalker as well, most importantly. That's the second BKB charge. So down to 8 seconds now. And that was, you know, potentially for a kill on a Lion. It was already barely a worthwhile trade, popping a BKB for a Lion kill. The fact that you don't get the kill at all. Garda. Not going to get hit by the Ice Blast, but Inflame's going to go for the insta-kill here. In fact, not going for the Yule's Requiem. They're gonna...
He's going to use him once he starts graving, yeah.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
Well, he does throw the Requiem. Garda actually just survives through it all.
The timing was a little bit off, but he was really scared of Shiki. Void.
No, it's on cooldown. It's all
aggressive.
On
he could have used Quap ulti though. I mean, it's an Agnim's ulti. I think he would have been able to kill him.
Don't know, it's cutting it a little bit close. I guess the cooldown on Sonic Wave means that you're not really too worried about throwing it out willy-nilly. Hand of Midas recipe for the AA has been picked up though, so he's definitely aiming towards that late game with the rest of his team.
Only level 7 though. I mean, he's having a terrible game. I can't really blame him. There's very little he can do.
Ember Spirits. 300 gold until that fabled Battle Fury. Actually, does he sell bottle? Yep, sells bottle and buys it. Of course.
Might as well.
Of course.
I mean, it's not like they have rune control anyway, so it's kind of moot. D2C, is he gonna put down a sentry? Yep, he is, but Shiki is right next to him. And this time around, I don't know if RT can save him. Can he? Yep, once again, goes in for the surge. Just right, at the right time. And they should be able to take down the Observer Ward without any trouble.
Pretty good spell against Night Stalker, that surge, huh?
Yeah,
he runs at you, you run the hell away from him. Sonic
casual.
Wave.
Just casual Sonic Wave. Meanwhile, XZ trying to pressure up into the base, but yeah, Ember's already there in position, and he has a Battle Fury.
Ah, the Spiderlings! Poor little Spiderlings. So now the Ember Spirit can basically be on Brood duty. The rest of the team can go looking for fights. They've got the magical damage output for these mid-game team fights. They've got BKB up on the Shadow Fiend as well, so you know, things are looking up for EHOME. This 9-3 kill score advantage the CDEC have, it's not meaningless, but it's not be-all and end-all. The BKB from Broodmother was kind of expected there, just to allow her to be a little more aggressive when pushing so she can BKB TP out, but also to join team fights.
Yo, Ember, where you at? Better get down to bot lane, mate. It's already took down half of the HP from just the Broodlings. Broodmother herself, the main hero, didn't even bother to attack.
While up at top lane, Garda gets hexed up, the pipe is popped as Inflame getting dived here. Shiki heads over to DDC. BKB is used, and he gets the Void and slows down that poor old Lion.
ROTK this time around not being there. Couldn't save his teammate. So a good split there by CDEC. Doing a pretty good job, but Ember does come in as well, so they really want to defend the tower. Don't want to give it away. Meanwhile, Broodmother still applying pressure on bot lane.
Yeah. It's like, okay, well, there's kind of a fight happening top. CDEC are just drawing the attention away from Broodmother. The tables have turned a little bit. Usually Brood is the one, you know, early on in the game, the first 20 minutes, where, hey, look at me, I'm a Broodmother. I'm gonna wreck your lanes and destroy your supports. Come and deal with me. But now it's CDEC playing as a team, and we see this from, you know, Balkan Bears and London Conspiracy. They do this quite a lot. They allow space for the rest of their team to get farm, while the Broodmother maybe, you know, takes a few hits.
Did I just hear? Yeah. ROTK, what you doing, buddy? That's a 10-second charge.
Ah.
Misclick from the veteran, and he is rather prone to those kind of mistakes, unfortunately.
Oh dear.
Like every couple of games, you just have those ROTK moments where you just go, oh, why?
Bookaba? Oh dear.
10-second charge. He wanted to pop the mech, and oh well, he ended up popping both of them.
Well, CDEC have about a 12,000 net worth lead over EHOME right now, 10-3, 26 minutes into the game. They haven't breached high ground, there's still a tier 2 standing, and EHOME, they've got Shadow Fiend, Ember Spirit, D2CL scales well into the late game as well. So they've definitely got the heroes and tools at their disposal to hold high ground, as long as they don't make any mistakes or, you know, something unfortunate happens.
Yeah, also good itemization by Shiki, I think, going for AC straight after BKB. They really need it if they want to stand a chance of breaking the base. So that's taken care of. Chen still looking for his Agnum Scepter. Is anybody buying Vlad? Not yet.
And they're looking to push out their lanes. EHOME have started to build momentum on all 3 lanes. And you've got to be really happy as them for this.
Yeah, I mean the one...
Like, pushing past River is still, you know, a couple of steps away. They'll get there eventually. In Flame, this might be a little bit too far out. He goes for the sneaky raises, the blind raises of the Spiderling army. Luckily backs himself up though, because the rest of CDEC were looking for that opening.
Well, he does have an Invision BKB as well as Yield Scepter. I mean, it's rather unlikely that he can die. But ROTK though, he's surging in. I mean... Well, it looked like a bit of he just bumped in the night with a Night Stalker and decides better off it, backs off.
Pushing in against Ember with a Battle Fury. This is going to be a tough one. Vacuum back onto... See, that was good micro though. You've got like 6 of the Spiderlings on the front lines while the actual main army are towards the back. So you know that one Sleight of Fist or one Vacuum, there's no one spell that's going to actually take down your entire army. So XZ, good decision making there.
Well, still believe CDEC are having a really hard time. Inflame just picked up an Eagle Song, so he's really transitioning into late game as well. Is he gonna go for the Requiem here?
He wanted to. He wanted to. He might go for the Yules onto Garda. Yeah, he does. BKB as well, so he doesn't get stunned up and insta-kills that Dazzle.
That was good timing. It's so satisfying though, seeing those kind of SF ultis.
There's no way to stop it.
Well, not really. Even popping the BKB, but... Dazzle is actually a key hero if you think about it. So if Dazzle is down, then the CDEC don't really want to fight. RTK, he has got the gem, so he's gonna start destroying trees now. And eventually it was gonna happen at some point. And RTK with BKB as well as mech, and he's not really gonna get solo killed by XZ. No, not standing... XZ picking up a Blink Dagger, I don't know. Not sure if that was the correct choice. He probably wanted to be able to kill the supports easier, but he's still not going to be able to take down the core heroes. And CDEC, time's running out. It's their draft. It's a bit of a problem.
Yeah, this is a lot more like the European brood builds that I've been seeing, with the BKB allowing you to BKB TP, join team fights, and actually get into the mix. While the Blink Dagger, okay, it gives you the solo kill potential on supports, but it's also great defensively. If you're pushing up into tier 3, you see someone TPing in, and you're afraid that someone's coming in from the side, you can blink out, get into your webs, and then you're over high ground. You're in the trees, you're away, and there's no way they can really catch you.
Yeah. Or we often see it in combination with the Dagon or E-Blade, or both, that is. It's going for the quick burst and then blinking out instantly. But CDEC, they're getting a bit impatient. They haven't completed the AC yet, but they are grouping up on bot lane. Really trying to maybe force a BKB charge out of RTK, but...
Well, he's dropping low. He might die. Yeah, he's dead. Gem is dropped. Ember Spirit comes in with a sleight of fist onto the Chen creeps. XZ wants to try to take the gem. He jumps in onto the Ember Spirit. Doesn't get the silence down. Okay, now he does. Finger of Death will finish off that Broodmama. But the Darkseer's down. Ember Spirit has to buy back into this fight. Remnant's forward. Shiki slowed down and has the chilling cold feet applied to him. Yules from Inflame. Ember Spirit's looking to go even further forward. Another good sleight of fist into Chains, but Q has already sent back his teammate. Aggressive play there. Who ends up getting the gem in the end of all that?
Ember took it and then died.
Lion has it now.
Lion has it, okay.
Lion has a blink.
That's really huge, actually. So he can be the one on extermination duty and trying to take down the spider. Overall, I mean, it's an okay trade, I suppose, for CDEC. I mean, they take down RTK and they take down the Ember being forced to buy back. But still, on the other hand, they lose Broodmother, who is the most farm hero, or used to be the most farm hero on the map. Inflame's actually overtaking her now. Yeah.
Well, this is something that was almost inevitable. You know, it's getting very close to that cutoff point where CDEC's strength starts waning and the EHOME's has built up to critical mass. The Battle Fury on Ember obviously was a vital point in that. Inflame now building up a butterfly. Selling that buckler. Destroying his shame. XZ jumps in onto DDC, pops the Orchid and the BKB. Shiki takes him out. Gardo at the Dazzle, they're looking for more. Two supports are down, but all their BKBs are popped. Aggressive has gone forward.
Oh, so much damage to Gardo. Is he gonna? No, he's not gonna shatter. That was a bit of a weird play overall from EHOME. I mean, they weren't even... Not all of them were there, and they lost the gem once again. Is Brood gonna find it?
It doesn't look like he is.
Nope, still on the ground.
They want to go into Roach as quickly as possible. The Darkseer illusions heading in there, doing a little bit of damage to the Dazzle, but not too much. Just tickling him a little bit. But you look back at ZYF and Inflame, they're pushing out the lanes. They know they can't contest Roach without the line and AA. And I'm gonna sneeze.
Do go ahead. I mean, overall they're just pushing out the silence. It's okay. Who took the Aegis? Nightstalker did. It's a decent hero. I think he's still better than Brood. I think ideally would have given it to the Queen of Pain, but she's currently carrying the gem. Is that RTK's? Yeah, that's RTK's gem, so they did find it in the end. And that's a big pick. I think really don't know what EHOME were doing. They had an Invis on SF trying to go for a bit of a wander around the enemy jungle, but ran into all of CDEC's heroes. And if you're fighting outside the base, it's advantage still. At this point of the game, still goes to CDEC.
I think a big part of it was the fact Brood on the line, pop BKB, and focus that guy down. So there was no real AoE stun. No. Lion holds EHOME's main sources of disable here. You know, you got Stone Chains, you got Vacuum, but outside of that, Lion, you know, he kind of has to pull off the Ravage with the Earth Spike.
So far, I think DDC has been playing quite well. I mean, he's always found some pickups despite the fact that the game's not going too well. Smoke up once again from EHOME, but RTK bumps into Broodmother, so they should know there is a smoke coming. Garda, though, he's gonna get hexed and gets taken out.
Yep. Plenty of heroes from EHOME to take down that Dazzle.
Oh, the Chen army as well.
Did he get any? No, he didn't manage to bring any of them.
All 4 creeps got vacuumed and then died instantly.
Oh dear.
To Ember. Do they have a ward? Do you know where the Chen is? Yeah, actually Chen sees it. He's got the gem now. They gave it over to him. Oh no, it's his own gem actually. So they know that Chen is there somewhere and he doesn't have a TP.
They're going to be chasing him down. They're not going to go for this. Tier 1 tower still standing, giving a little bit of respite to Q. Okay.
That just happened.
AA gets killed behind... Well, it's not even... Like, XZ is the one behind enemy lines. AA was pretty safe and comfortable back there. Until the Broodmother chases him down.
Yeah. Is any reveal? Detection coming out? No. It's only observe what's coming out on the courier. Who's got detection? Only Lion currently does with his dust. A good play there by XZ, once again, take down an AA. I mean, he's so low level that he just respawns rather quickly though, and he's got Midas, so he's fine. So, CDEC, they really want to break the base. The biggest problem I see for them is even if they somehow manage to take one lane of Rax, I don't even think that's going to be enough.
Well, it's now daytime. Nightstalker doesn't have ultimate for another 30 seconds. It's going to be a little bit difficult for them to do it. They've got AC, Aegis the Immortal, but this is not optimal timing for them. Chen has tried to build up a little army here as well for themselves. It's getting more and more difficult. More and more difficult for CDEC to breach and take down EHOME.
Like Dazzle going for an Agnum Scepter as well. So far, really, I think God has been the MVP for CDEC. Although XZ on his Broodmother has been also doing a lot of work.
Well, there goes
Can
the
they blow
darkness.
up RTK again?
They're going to find DDC. Orchid up, silence, the Sonic Wave catching in flame during the BKB. The wall goes down. It's going to make a couple of illusions here. But it looks like CDEC are just waltzing through this fight. Cheeky.
No, he's got
Aegis. He's going to pop. So he's just baiting it as much as he can from EHOME. As Inflame, Yules, Requiem is on cooldown, so he can't really do too much in that sense. As Shiki is latched up in those searing chains and dropped pretty low. Does he die here? He's graved up, he's healed, he's kept alive. No racks have fallen. CDEC win a fight at tier 3. Where are the Spiderlings? Where are the minions? Where's the army? What is there to finish it off?
Yeah, unfortunately, they were focusing on the melee barracks. I mean, can't really blame them. They nearly took it down, but that one's going to regen back up. And CDEC, they got the perfect initiation. Blink onto the line once again, going to the back lines. I have to retract my statement. That blink on Broodmother was really good, actually. Yeah. Just trying to cut in from the back lines. Blink BKB, Orchid onto Lion. Lion only has Blink, so he has no defensive items. There are no 4-staffs, I believe. Yeah. No 4-staffs on EHOME's side, so they can't really save him. The thing they can rely on is maybe that RTK is once again standing next to him and can surge him out. But RTK himself was dying rather often in those kind of fights, and his wall placements have been fine, but CDEC, they always preemptively pop the BKB, so no images to be had.
It's one of those situations where you really wish that Yule Scepter could be cast on allies again. They changed that. Ice Frog didn't want you running around using allies and causing all sorts of issues for your opponents.
That would make Yules kind of broken though, honestly.
Do you not remember that?
No, I don't. That was before my time as well.
What, was it really that long ago? I thought that was more recent.
That was long ago.
Okay.
That was pretty long ago.
That was something that was in Hon even, I'm pretty sure. So it
Really?
can't be that old. It can't be that old.
Well, I only remember, it used to be a thing with that everybody bought Yules on Shadow Shaman to get the War Trap off.
Yeah.
But even back then, I'm pretty sure that you could not cast Yules on your allies.
There was all sorts of stuff you could do in the old Dota 1. Maybe it was that long ago. My memory is not that great in judging time frames. Mantis Star now picked up by the Ember Spirit. He's had enough of these silences from a bunch of the heroes, but he's still got to deal with the Hex from aggressive. This Queen of Pain has been a real annoyance in these team fights.
Yeah, the aggressive he's rather patient. He's 7-1 and 4. His score kind of reflects it. He's been playing rather patiently, well, in contrast to his name, but his timing has been really good overall. He always cuts in when most of the spells have been cast, and yeah, goes on the right priority target. CDEC are grouping up once again. MKB on Broodmother, so more right-click damage coming out.
Well, the Butterfly from Shadow Fiend is only, what, 2 or 3 minutes old? So the MKB is great timing. Blink in, aggressive, they're going to find Inflame.
Yeah.
Instantly dies, and there's no buyback left for him. This is going to be a lane of racks. ZYF and RTK, they're going to be the main stalwart defenders here, trying to hold back CDEC as they pressure into this base. Melee Rax is down, RTK just waiting out the silence, not popping BKB or anything just yet. ZYF battling it up against Shiki. The Grave goes down onto the Night Stalker though. As the wall lands, RTK now, what's your plan? Where do you go? What do you do when you're getting right-clicked down by aggressive? This Queen of Pain ripping him to shreds. ZYF pops the Manta and backs himself up as Chen's Thunder Lizard takes down the ranged Rax. Oh no, ZYF hexed. Does he have a remnant? Does he have a route out of this?
Yeah, Lion sacrifices himself for the greater good. RTK, they just keep fighting with Dazzle in the back lines, constantly healing them up. And it's so potent that being able to send one hero back and then grave him so he always gets it out, and AA has nothing he can do about it. Mega kill streak onto the Broodmother. Nice vacuum overall. Does he have a Manta Star in 1 second? There we go.
Yes, he does. He also has a remnant in the base, so it'll be just fine. Now, AA finishes off his Aghanim, so he's got that. But I was going to mention, Dazzle and Chen, both healers, both usually very, very weak to the Ancient Apparition, regardless of what period.
Once again,
no! No buyback left for the Ember Spirit, and that might just be game. 90 seconds without ZYF. Actually, let's have a look at that. Yeah, he needs another. Wait, yeah, he needs another 660 gold. There is no way.
Yeah, that should be game. After long last CDEC do manage to break the base. And EHOME, I think they got caught so many times by those blink ups towards the high ground. They're preemptively casting BKB on Queen of Pain, blink in Hex, and then just blowing one hero up. And they had no 4-staffs to prevent it. I mean, kind of makes you wonder if RTK maybe should have gone 4-staff. He's got enough gold for it, and I think that would be a really good item, because they cannot afford to let that happen again.
Well, for those of you just joining us, CDEC against EHOME, this is game number 1, where CDEC are taking a 20k and climbing net worth lead, 41 minutes in. It's taken them quite some time. You know, it's taken them, what, 40 minutes to actually get racks? But when they've taken racks, they've done it in style. Wiping that was almost like 1.5 team wipes, you know? They killed EHOME, then they killed the heroes that were respawning, slowly dripping in. A few more kills for CDEC there, just over and over again, taking them out. Roshan respawns in about 10-15 seconds time, so maybe that's something for CDEC to look at.
RTK picked up a plate mail and trying to go for Shiva's guard. I can understand why he wants it, but still. I really believe that he should have bought a 4-staff with the gold that he had. So I don't think Shiva's guard is going to prevent anything, really. Lion is too poor. I mean, he's constantly the one who has to buy sentries, gem, wards, and whatnot. AA finally finishing up his Agno status, so he can be the one who starts working on the 4-staff, but I think they might need 2. And RTK, indeed. He buys a 4-staff after going a casual plate now, so recognizing the threat that there is with the pick-off potential from CDEC.
Yeah, he's had enough of their shit. He wants to be able to reposition himself, because we've seen him so many times, you know, literally running around in circles in the front of the team fight, not popping BKB, just trying to bait out as many spells as he can, because he knows that Ember Spirit and Shadow Fiend, if they are untouched, and he can still hold onto the BKB to launch his combination, they're in good stead to at least come out even and defend their base in the team fight. But CDEC have the gap closers. They've got the heroes that run through your defensive lines and get to your important heroes. They go straight for the jugular. You know, Lion, Ember Spirit, who are waiting in the wings. That's who CDEC have been targeting.
It's overall just really good focus fire from CDEC. I don't know who's the one making the calls. I mean, Shiki is the one drafting, so I would imagine it's him. But excellent play so far. I can't really... Aggressive. Some of his performances in previous series have been a bit, you know, unfortunate, or rather, just underwhelming. But this time on his Safe and Queen of Pain, he's doing everything right.
I've seen aggressive play very well on Slark and Bristleback. You know, those actual aggressive heroes I've seen him do very, very well on. He's impressed me quite a lot. But you're right, the patience and, I don't know, just game sense of this Queen of Pain has been pretty spectacular. XZ, you know, goes without saying he's had a pretty damn good game on this Broodmother.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think all of CDEC's players have been doing well. I mean, even Chen, I mean, he's being a bit of an unsung hero, but he's done his job, really.
And that's with a really rough start he had. You know, 2 of his camps warded up, and he had to go into the aggressive jungle. But they did what they had to do. They made the right choices, and this is where they are right now. Pushing up into high ground, Hex and Twin Flame. They're going to take him down instantly. Is there buyback? Yep.
No, why are you no 4-staff? RTK, you had 4-staff up.
4-staff, Surge, Mech, they had everything at their disposal to try and save the Shadow Fiend, but he has to buy back with half of his souls now. As DDC blinks forward, can't get the Earth Spike onto Garda, and he's getting absolutely crapped on by these ancient creeps of Chen.
I mean, they hold the base for now, but once again, it's a costly buyback, and RTK is just... He had, as he mentioned, he had everything up. He could have saved the SF, for sure. Mech, 4-staff, Surge, and SF would have been out. Instead, Inflame is being forced to buy back, and now they have to live in fear for the next 10 minutes.
Okay, Shadow Fiend is going back into DPS. He's got the Butterfly, Yules, BKB, and now he's gone for Helm of the Dominator and Crit. And this is quite often, you know, a desperation build. If you feel comfortable in a game, you go for something like the Skadi, just pad out your stats. It helps you turn around team fights and chase people down if you're winning. Helps you breach high ground with the extra HP and agility it gives you. But lifesteal and crit, that's when you're like, well, I need to get lucky here. I need to lifesteal through their damage. I need to crit through whatever they throw at me. Inflame on the front lines again. He's going to get X'd up. But the Surge is there from RTK. He
Where's
probably...
Where's RTK?
Well...
Oh, never mind, he's fine.
Inflame does manage to get himself out. RTK now comes in. Vacuum on cooldown. Wall not available. It's already been thrown. Ice Blast hits a couple here as ZYF pops the Manta and bails himself out of the fight. Aegis the Immortal is reclaimed in a couple of minutes' time. It looks like CDEC just gonna make a run for it.
Dazzle does die in the end to the AI Ice Blast. There was very little you can do. It's lasting so long that even if you Shallow Grave yourself, you're still gonna die. Because it outlasts your Shallow Grave duration.
EHOME, they're holding on to this. They're holding on by the skin of their teeth.
Yeah. Even if they can somehow farm buyback Golden Ember, that would be pretty good. But CDEC, knowing that Dazzle is a crucial hero really when they try to go high ground, not going to force it, despite the fact that they still have 80s up on the Night Stalker. Rex are exposed, and there's still range Rex standing in mid lane. But CDEC, they're looking primed overall. I think if they played a bit more patiently and then go for one decisive push, maybe take down the SF, and since he doesn't have any buyback, then they can win. If they somehow kill the SF, then it's over. EHOME have no chance of winning the fight.
I really like the Ember Rapier swords from DAC. They're so shiny.
How nice would it be if we had an actual Rapier in this game, though?
How
that
nice
would
for
make things
who?
A lot easier.
The thing is, he could die instantly. If he gets hexed up and Orchid killed with Sonic Wave, Scream, they've got lots of single target disable and nuke. The Rapier could just drop.
Brood's right-click DPS is rather impressive right now with Butterfly as well as MKB. She's pretty much 6-slotted. I mean, you can at some point sell the Orchid, I guess. But it's overall it's really good. Shiki just needs to stand in front, and he's got hard AC, he needs to tank, he's got Aegis anyway, so even if he dies the first time, it doesn't matter. Wall of Replica is back up though, so they're gonna have that for the fight at least. And CDEC still searching for the right opportunity. Maybe they can find a pick off, but Blink Hex once again aggressive, is already in position. They really want to inflame.
Well, Aegis Immortal just expired. EHOME, I'm pretty sure, know about this. The ranged creeps spotted out Shiki. They're still going to go up on the high ground. The preemptive surge there from RTK. He's so scared about his Shadow Fiend getting jumped on again. But now we see the jump. The BKB from Inflame, the surge. But they're not going to get it this time. Sonic Wave will fly across RTK and Inflame. The vacuum, who's going to drag back in? Just Shiki. The Night Stalker, they're getting caught down. And ZYF looks for the slight defense, Searing Chains. Remnant back into 2. The Requiem catching a couple as the Ice Blast hits onto Night Stalker. Queen of Pain is already dead. As XZ, the Broodmother, makes for the hills and hides in the trees. There is reveal. There is something spotting him out. Or not.
He manages to blink. Oh, did he dodge the Impale there?
It looks like he dodged the Impale, but not the Searing Chains. But ranks have fallen, and that's mega creeps now that EHOME have to deal with.
Yeah. Even buyback coming up there from the Night Stalker. That was a bit unnecessary, but they got what they came for.
GG.
And they know it's over. EHOME called GG. After 48 minutes, CDEC become one of the very few teams that I've seen actually winning with Broodmother, with a heavy early game aggression lineup. And I think EHOME made it a bit too easy for them with those pickoffs, and ROTK with a few questionable plays. But in the end, really props to CDEC. I think all of their players did exactly what they needed to.
CDEC have played against EHOME twice before in a best of 3 and a best of 1, and have won all 3 games. So they 2-0'd EHOME in January, and then 1-0'd them in January. They haven't played since then, but that was late January, 29th. But EHOME still can't beat them. We'll see what they do in game number 2, whether they can break this curse or whatever it is up against CDEC. But that was well played. Really well drafted strat. Well, the decision making there from CDEC was exceptionally good. EHOME didn't know what they were standing up against. In the end, it did get a little bit close. Ember Spirit and Shadow Fiend getting fatter and fatter, but CDEC ended it out. RTK with the GG call in the end. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with game number 2, and hopefully we don't miss the lobby.